Hi, I'm Kent. I've got a little bit more space left in my kiln before I can do glaze firing, so I've got a few pots. I've got some glaze. Let's go ahead and glaze some pots. So for my first glaze, I have this chartreuse right here. I don't have a ton of it left, but I think I have enough. So here's one of my pots. I actually decided to scallop the top of the pot. I haven't done that before, but this is an interesting effect. I can just go ahead and pour the glaze on. Oops. I want to wipe it down first. Make sure there's no dust. Make sure we don't absorb too much glaze. All right, there's the first one. I'm going to get my glaze back. I don't have a ton of this one. Let's do a glaze dance here. So let's do this pot next. Same drill, wipe it down, and we'll pour the glaze on. The rim of this one, since it's flat, I can dip it again. Make sure we have good coverage. And we'll do this one for the last one of this color. All right, 3 of chartreuse. All right, next up is Amaco Satin Blue. I managed to do one while you weren't looking. You should pay more attention. And since you missed that one, I'll show you on this one. Same drill. We just pour the glaze all around. And then do a quick sponge at the bottom. Make sure we don't have too much glaze down here. And I'll dunk the rim. Make sure we got good coverage there. All right, last up is this pot. The other two were my normal clay body. This one has had random amounts of mason stain mixed into it. These are from leftover slip castings with my mason stain experiments, and some of the other places I've used colored slip. I was running low, so I just mixed it all together, and we'll see what color is underneath when it gets fired. But I do know it'll be blue on the outside. Finally, I'm going to do these 2 pots, and I have my Robin's Egg Glaze. This is one of my favorite glazes. All right, and finally, last pot. All right, here are all the pots, all glazed. I'm gonna let them dry. I'll touch things up a little bit, and let's fire them. All right, and here are the pots from their glaze firing. So as always, my robin's egg glaze just turns out awesome. I just love these speckles. So that one's good. This one turned out well too. Here are the pots with the matte blue on them. They also turned out well. This one here has my reclaimed clay in it. It turns out a little bit olive color. There's a very subtle color difference between these two, but not too much. Maybe this one's a little bit darker. And here's the other one that was just on my regular clay. And then finally the green ones. So this one, because the clay turned out green, it's a little bit darker. I actually think those look pretty good, and the scallops worked out pretty well. I wouldn't want to drink out of this, but as a planter, it's great. And then here is that same glaze on my regular B-mix, and it's much, much lighter. So there are a bunch of new pots. Next stop for these will be getting their succulents. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'd be happy to answer them. Thanks.